Hey guys, welcome to CSFC The Lounge. We are here with JoJo, our future Olympian, guys. Tell us a little bit about you, JoJo, first. How did you get started? I know Joseph Sr. got you through all this, but you, pretty much. How are you liking this?
Yeah, so a little bit about myself. I am 17 years old. I started boxing at the age of 5. My father used to be an ex-professional boxer, so he's the one that really got me into the sport. So I'm born and raised in Joliet, and now my goal is to go on to the 2028 Olympics. And I've been at CSFC for around a decade now, and something else about me, I've been in college since 13. I've finished high school at an early age, and then I got my associates in arts and science, and now my bachelor's in marketing coming up in May, where I'm walking at the University of St. Francis.
Holy cow, now that's awesome. You know, because not a lot of people can say that. All right, I want to dive into these belts real quick. I know these are the main ones. School, another one, and then we have these cool back ones. Tell us about those real quick.
So these 3 belts, every year they host USA national tournaments, and when you do win one of these, you get eligibility to go to the selection camp. So for these 2 red ones, when I won this first one, it allowed me to go to the USA camp, go to the selection team, and then after being selected, I went to Colorado again for the world tournament, which now allowed me to become the number 1 in the world under 19.
Number 1 in the world under 19 years old. Not
Yeah.
anybody could say that.
So at 165, I am number 1. And then so this year, I'm going in at 176 pounds. And
Hold on, pause. 176 pounds? I'm like 168, holy cow, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that, yikes. And how tall are we again?
6'4", so I walk around like 180, 181. And then so now I just go ahead and drop a couple pounds, and then I'll be at the weight. But this year I have to go to another selection camp, and then I'll be going to Germany later on in the year. And then so this silver gloves belt right there, I won it in 2017 as my first national tournament at I believe 8 or 9. And then from there, that's another one I got for a little speech tournament in Illinois that underwent. And then back here we have the Chicago Golden Gloves. We got the silver gloves that I won this year.
Okay.
And then this was a little tournament in Wisconsin that I won.
Right.
And then there you have the little medal from the World Championships in Colorado that happened.
The Chicago one, so did you fight like everybody in Chicago? How did this work?
So that's a tournament that I went under the youth and 165 pounds. So everyone in Chicago that was at my weight class, they could go ahead and sign up. Or
So you pretty much beat everybody.
yeah. So
Holy cow.
but
And then,
now
no, keep going.
now I'm not doing the Golden Gloves this year because there's nobody in my weight class that even signed up to go ahead.
Stop,
and try
really?
it.
So you won?
Yeah.
You practically won pretty much.
Yeah, it's over there. So
That's
now
awesome.
the only place that I could really get fights for real are the national tournaments.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you said to do, right? Yeah, okay. And no one wants to spar with you.
Yeah, so sparring in all of Illinois, I would say there's only one person that gives me good work. And so right now, we're going ahead and helping him out too. He's fighting the number 1 and number 5 in America coming up soon in this next week. So
Where's he fighting?
it's going to be on the zone. I forgot where it's going to be, what place they're fighting at, but it's going to be a nice one
So
there.
it's going to be a lot of that stuff. All right, so after college, when you graduate in May, you're going to Germany what month again?
I believe like November, October, around
Okay,
that time.
so you still
or
got
it
a
might
nice
be
time
earlier.
to hang around. Okay. And then Olympics. That one you're preparing pretty hard on everything, right?
Yeah. So the training has been intense. I've been, I would say I train 3 to 4 hours every single day. And, you know, starting out, my training was, I would say my hardest around like 5 to 8 years old when you first start getting into the sport. But then now it's a different type of difficult training to where You have to just hone your skills, get better at what you're doing, and then also try to adapt and learn new styles. And there's so much difference that comes when you go into the higher weight classes, and then how the people at the lower weight classes fight at. So with the growth spurt that I've had, it changed a lot in how I myself personally fight.
Yeah, and you've been getting prepared since pretty much birth, I think, now.
Yeah.
Because after learning how Joseph Sr. was everywhere, boxing, training, doing this and that, I'm like, JoJo, yeah, this is going to be the next one. Hold on, pause. What do they call you at the fights?
King JoJo.
King JoJo, there you go, yeah. I just learned, I forgot. Yeah, King JoJo, how do you feel about that?
That's a nice little name.
That's a cool nickname, King JoJo. Which, King JoJo merch coming soon?
Yeah, hopefully
Possibly?
soon. I already bought some nice winning gloves with the little King JoJo name on them.
No way.
Just for that little tournament,
Nice.
for the world tournament that I won. But yeah, so that
Oh
was
my
nice.
gosh, that's so cool. And then one thing we learned, guys, that he not only has his dad, Senior Joseph, teaching you and coach and everything, but your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom has to do a lot behind it.
Yeah, so my mom has been in my corner for my whole career, and she's at my corner in all of my fights. So whenever my dad or me don't catch something, then she's there also with the
Just
help.
like
and
everything.
yeah, so I would say she's a boxing fanatic as well. So I'm glad she.
I
also
heard
loves
her
the
when I
sport.
heard her when we went to go see Canelo. I heard her like saying this. I'm like, oh, she knows everything too.
Yeah.
She like was telling me too some of the stuff, and then you got to, what did it say? Meet Canelo then? What was it? You just said hello to Canelo? Is that what it was?
Got a little picture and
Yeah.
said hello, just little exchange of what I do and what he does. So it was nice to see. I could go ahead and follow in the footsteps of someone that's been in the sport for so long.
That was so cool. I was this close, guys, to meeting him, but it didn't happen. I thought I was gonna go and just shake his hand, talk for like 3 seconds, but no. But yeah, that was a pretty fun, quick day. Yeah. So Colorado, the training over there.
Yeah.
It's nice, focus, laser, all that good stuff. And you sleep better over there, you said.
Yeah, so when you do go to those camps, it's more of a focus on making sure your accuracy, making sure your intensity, and making sure your mind is focused properly. So with the sleep schedule, you got multiple trainings in the day. I would say 3 trainings, all about boxing, and everyone there is on the same focus, on the same goal, and everyone wants to be the best. So it's very high intensity, and when you do go into those trainings, everything's about quick pace and making sure you're fully focused. But there and training back home, low-key, I would say I like training back home with my family more. But
Really?
when you do go to those camps, it brings a new notion into like what you need to focus on and what I myself can work on.
So you must go to some of those just to get you out of your regular rhythm and kind of see where you're lacking, where you're not lacking.
Yeah, that's true.
That is so cool. That's such a good, I did not know that your mom was your coach. I'm still like, this is so cool because you have your mom, you have so it's like a full family, you know. It's not just here, see what you can do. Like, no, you have the actual family with you. And a lot of people, that's a big advantage too. I hope you know that, whether you know it or not. Like the rest of the people, like they feel some type of way. You know, my mom, my dad, or this, or they just don't have them. You have the joy of having them both and having them be there with you, which is really, really cool. I'm like a little shocked, but like cool. Your sister, she just had a baby. You know, I haven't seen her. I know her, but I haven't seen her in such a long time. And then your younger sister does not want to do boxing at all. I wonder why, but yeah.
She's a gymnast, but she's just been focusing on school, gymnastics, and having fun. But when it comes to family, we're a really family-oriented group. So it's always about how can we bring our family to the next level. And through the help of my parents, they've helped out so much.
That is so cool. Now, the main question I do want to ask you, and I want people to know, it's you have the parents. They want to tell your kids to, like, you know, do some activity. And let's say they pick boxing. What should they start doing first?
To the parents that put their kid into a sport, just make sure they're helping them along the way, and I would say when they're focused on the goal, you also have to be focused, because if you say, oh, you put them in the sport and then you just leave them, and before you know, they won't want to do the sport no more, and you're not going to be taking them to that area no more. So if the parents choose to not be engaged with it, before you know, the child can sometimes be
they just drift away.
Yeah. And then also with all the kids that want to do a sport like boxing or any sport, just pay attention, be consistent on the goal, and every time you're in there, know your end goal and know the end possibilities that can be achieved. And while you're young, try to get as many fights as you can if you're doing boxing, or try to go to those national tournaments and try to get your name out as much as possible.
Yeah, how important is that to go to the national tournaments?
I would say it depends who you also have backing you. So say to the people that have high names, all of that already in the professional field, you don't really need the national tournaments. But to someone like me who just came out of nowhere, and just the only reason I'm at the position I'm in today is because of those national tournaments and how I've marketed myself also away from boxing as well with schooling. So going to those national tournaments, I would say, was a big necessity in my career.
Okay, so you would say anybody starting, just stick to that, keep going. And it's very important for them to get that exposure, that experience. Because once you get hit in the face, it's like, okay, what's this about?
Yeah, and then also, it doesn't matter if you lose your first one or your first three or however many you lose, as long as you just keep on going, you'll be winning soon. So me, myself, I lost my first national tournament I went to at 8. But then after that, I just kept on winning. My next one, I had a win, and then
progressing.
It just proceeded like that.
Yeah. So at 8 years old, geez Louise. And here's the crazy part, guys. He's just getting started. You're just getting started.
Yeah.
But the good thing is you're prepared and everything. Now, 10 years from now, where do you want to be?
10 years, that time I'll be most likely 28, 27. I want to be world champion, undisputed, and then no matter what weight class I go into, I personally don't know what weight class I want for professional yet, but I don't want to be just known as a boxer. I want to be the face of a lot of different brands, and just being able to market myself outside of boxing as well. So that's the main goal, and just helping other people along with their goals of becoming a boxer or whatever it may be. Trying to get some scholarships out there for the same people that went under the same footsteps as me. So,
and that would be awesome, because there's especially you, because you've been through it, and Joseph Sr. also has been through a whole lot to get to where he's at now. That with you kind of seeing everything, knowing everything, and witnessing everything firsthand, that's not only one but a gazillion stepping stones to helping others, especially kiddos. Because you're 17, so geez Louise, you're graduating, you got a master's, where you're getting master's, right? And then the associates, you got that already.
Yep.
That is so cool. And then on top of that, you got the boxing and all that other stuff. Now, any sponsorships yet? Anybody called you up yet?
With sponsorships, I would say Joliet has been doing really good for me, and we're just going to keep on venturing out from there. But then with the boxing side of it, a lot of people have been reaching out with getting me into the professional field now. But main goal, 2028, having that completed, and after that, my stock, everything that, the goals, all of that will change. So when it comes to that time, then we'll see how that's doing from there.
Okay, so after you win the Olympics, you're gonna win it, I know that. Just keep doing everything you keep doing, and it seems to be working out. Training with Alex too, that has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I know you're here at CSFC, you're also going to sport other places. Now, out of everywhere you go, where do you feel like you get the most out of it?
I would say the times that I got the most benefit was when I started working with Alex here at the gym, and then also Sam Colonna for the sparring, and then when it comes to my training, so many places I go to that it's all conjoint in creating who I am today. So I couldn't really give the number one to an area, but I would say Chicago Sports and Fitness has helped out a lot.
No, definitely, and I know because your dad's like, we're gonna go here now. We're gonna go here. We can't do it because before you left to Colorado, I wanted to do this already. He's like, no, he's not gonna be here.
Yeah.
And then now he's like, oh my God, let's go. We must do this. And this is just first part because I do want to do a second part and then eventually a follow up.
Yeah.
And then Darcy, I did want to do a whole thing, but I know they have like a bunch of stuff going on there too.
So here at Darcy Motors, I work here as an intern, and so whenever someone makes a purchase on a vehicle, I go ahead, show them all the gadgets in the car, and then help out letting them set up their OnStar, setting up their GMC app, and do all of the other features. So that's what I mainly do.
So you got to know the car in and out.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
So you study every car that comes in here, every vehicle.
Yep.
Perfect. How long you been doing this?
I've done this for a couple months now. I would say like 3 months now.
Okay. So how do you know how to do all this? How did you get into doing this?
The main thing for school, getting those extra credit hours, and then seeing how quick I could finish college as well. So I'm just taking every opportunity that comes my way.
So you just decided to take it on. How do you like it working here at Darcy?
It's chill, it's nice, and it's a great environment, so I'm glad that I could be here.
Did they say anything after we left?
Oh, no.
By the way, guys, we were at Darcy's dealership. We were there.
Yeah, they're chill with it.
They're pretty cool. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And then we'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Keep
thank you.
going.